lawyers will want to get a little bit into the law because they want to attack the elements, but they need to attack the facts, not the elements of the law, because the elements of the law aren't changing. That'll be up to the judge to instruct the jury.
On that note, defense attorney Todd Blanche told the jury today that they should be skeptical, in part because of, quote, manipulation of evidence by prosecutors. Now, he also went after Michael Cohen, calling him a liar and a perjurer. In your view, did the defense do enough in closing arguments to leave a lasting impression on the jury?
I think they did enough with what they had to work with. This is a very tough case for them because Michael Cohen is a certified liar. He may be the most famous liar in the world right now based on this trial, but that's not going to change. But what it is going to change and what's going to move the jury is whether the prosecution can corroborate Cohen's testimony with documents and other witnesses. It's like putting together a map, if you will, or a puzzle. They're going to be putting pieces together to show that even if you discount Michael Cohen, if you don't believe him, there's enough here that corroborates his testimony that says that this was done, that the changing of documents and the forging of documents that make up the basis of these 34 felony crimes is enough to convict Donald Trump beyond a reasonable doubt. That's really the prosecution's job. The defense has to poke holes at that and say Michael Cohen is not credible. And if you don't believe Michael Cohen, then the rest of the case goes away. I disagree with that, but that's what they spent a lot of time on. And they did their job. Whether it's lasting is a whole nother story.
Zooming in on the crime within a crime nature of the felony, in your view, did the prosecution do enough to paint a clear picture for the jury?
I think they did. I think the defense didn't do enough on their direct case to argue or to provide facts or evidence that Donald Trump may have engaged in this to protect his wife. Why go through all these machinations with Pecker and with Stormy Daniels and with Michael Cohen and the lawyers for Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal? Why go through all of this? Just settling with her as a legal settlement in and of itself would not have been illegal. But if you did this because you wanted to avoid reporting it on your taxes or the Federal Election Commission, now you got a cover up. Now you got a felony, now you got a crime, and now you got a problem with the jury.
Speaking of the jury has been gone for a week. They were non-sequestered, meaning they could have been exposed to other people's opinions and media reports over the long weekend. Now, how do you see jury deliberations going? Will it be a conviction, mistrial, hung jury?
You want me to be the great prognosticator now. I've never been good at that, having tried over 50 plus trials in that courtroom. But let me say this. They weren't sequestered, and everybody's got an opinion about Donald Trump. So the jury is going to be exposed to those pundits, if you will. If you tell them not to listen, they're going to listen. Let's just be very practical about it. You know, just like telling somebody not to do something, your kids are going to go do it. And so you got to live with that. The reality is you got two lawyers on that jury. Those two lawyers are going to have a lot to say about it, whether they want to or not. I've sat on two juries, and the other jurors wanted me to be the foreman and what have you. I chose not to because I didn't want to have undue influence. But this is the case of the century and the first of its kind. And those lawyers are going to have a lot to do with connecting facts to the elements of the law and guiding that jury. The other thing you have a couple of engineers there who think in a very linear way. And they're probably all Democrats, who knows. And so the odds are that he's going to get convicted of some or all of these crimes. If not, I don't think he's going to be found not guilty. Short of that, you're looking at a hung jury because one or two just aren't convinced. And there's enough in evidence to show where there could be reasonable doubt if the defense has done enough of convincing the jury of that.